The Ijen volcano complex is a group of composite volcanoes located on the border between Banyuwangi Regency and Bondowoso Regency of East Java, Indonesia. It is known for its blue fire, acidic crater lake, and labor-intensive sulfur mining.
The beautiful island of Bali has so much to offer, it can be nearly impossible to fit everything in. One of the most exciting things it has to offer are its famous active volcano hikes. Among them are Mount Batur, Mount Brotan and Mount IJEN, which has caused quite a few disruptions over the past few years.
Mount Ijen is actually situated in East Java, away from the hustle and bustle of central Bali. The nearest airport to Ijen is Surabaya, so you may wish to fly there and stay in the area for a few days before and after completing your hike.
However, the most common way to get there is to drive to North Bali. Take a 45-minute boat ride to Java and then you will only be about an hour drive from Mount Ijen. The total travel time will take around 5 to 8 hours, depending on your exact location in Bali.
However, it is worth noting that Java is quite different to Bali. There are much less tourists and local transportation is modest to say the least. Many Javanese do not speak English well and facilities and restaurants are much more limited here. This is all part of Java's charm and why we love it so much, but it is definitely something to consider when planning a trip to Mount Ijen.
In terms of when to go, the dry season in Bali is April-October. This is probably the best time of year, but it is also the busiest, so you may consider going outside of these months. To be honest, it's perfectly fine to visit all year round. There's just a slightly higher chance of a shower if you go during the wet season in Bali.
Kawah Ijen is most famous for its one-of-a-kind blue fire and for being home to the world's largest acid lake. But it's so much more. The area is home to many other volcanoes and hills which are absolutely breathtaking. The hike is beautiful, but it's not for the faint-hearted.
From the starting point of the hike, it takes around 1 hour to reach Kawah Ijen base camp, and from there it takes around another 2 hours at a moderate pace to reach the peak. You don't have to be super fit to undertake the hike, but do keep in mind that it's quite steep. Once you reach the peak, your guide will instruct you to put your gas mask on to protect your lungs from the sulfuric gas.
After reaching the top, you can actually walk down into the crater, but again, it is steep. Around 4 a.m. is the best time to reach the acid lake for a chance to witness the natural show of the blue fire. The sun usually starts to rise at about 5:30 a.m., so be sure to grab yourself a nice little viewing spot and prepare to be amazed.
Since National Geographic mentioned the electric blue flame of Ijen, tourist numbers have increased. The phenomenon has long been known, but midnight hiking tours are a more recent offering. A 2-hour hike is required to reach the rim of the crater, followed by a 45-minute hike down to the bank of the crater.
The blue fire is ignited sulfuric gas, which emerges from cracks at temperatures up to 600 degrees centigrade. The flames can be up to 5 meters high. Some of the gas condenses to liquid and is still ignited.
Ijen is the largest blue flame area in the world. Local people refer to it as EPIC VOLCANO, blue fire. The other location at which blue fire can be seen is in Dalo Mountain, Ethiopia.
The Ijen crater is actually a well-known sulfur mining site. You will see many miners carrying heavy loads, between 75 and 90 kilograms, all the way up to the crater. The blue fire derives from the mining activity and is ignited sulfuric gas, which emerges from cracks.
As with every natural sighting, its height and intensity depends on various conditions and cannot be predicted. The flames have been known to reach more than 5 meters in height, but this is not always the case. No matter what, it is always a unique experience and you are guaranteed to get some pretty amazing photographs.
Do not be fooled by its pristine exterior. This lake is one of the deadliest there is. The high acidity of the lake starts decomposing your skin after 15 seconds, so better not swim